Hi Sagittarius, and welcome to your Soul Story Twin Flame Past Life Tarot reading. This reading is intended to look at the journey that you and your twin flame were experiencing last lifetime and the different lessons and soul lessons that you were working on, as well as how that energy plays into this lifetime. I will read the masculine energy on this side, so the male in this lifetime, and the female in this lifetime I will read on this side. However, if during the reading I feel that your genders were swapped last lifetime, I'm still going to refer to this as she and this as he, okay? So if you're a female, even if you were a male last time, you're still she because you're she now, all right? So I'm going to start off by pulling some cards to see how you guys interacted with each other, treated the relationship, treated each other. There was awareness of, the twin flame connection in this last lifetime. Okay, so Sagittarius, we have the masculine coming in as the Star, and we have the feminine coming in as the Nine of Pentacles. So this here, to me, is where you both were very successful people last lifetime. However, I feel like you guys were more independent of each other rather than, being really super emotional. It's not to say you didn't love each other and things like that. But I just feel like you guys were both very, very successful people in life. Maybe even the masculine could have been well known for whatever it is that he did professionally, just because he's showing as the Star. But the feminine, like, she's holding her own as well. Like, she has the Nine of Pentacles over there. She can pay her bills. She can handle her business. Like, she doesn't need anybody to help her in life. Like, she's got it. So these are two people who are very independent and powerful and strong on their own. All right. And so, if we were like married, it's like we weren't sharing resources. There's some sort of barrier here, which I don't understand. So let's pull another card to see what your life path journeys were for last lifetime to help shed light on this. All right, so he is coming through as the Knight of Swords, and the feminine is coming through as the Five of Swords. So these are both very strong personalities the two of you had, okay? Man, and when you guys fight, you fought. What I think happened here, Sagittarius, is you guys had a very strong and intense connection, but you both had incredibly strong personalities, okay? And I feel that caused a lot of conflict between the two of you in your past life. It's like you guys just couldn't figure out how to get along. A lot of fighting, misunderstanding, arguing with the swords energy coming out like that. And I think that's what that barrier is, I feel. It's like you guys together would have been extremely powerful, okay? But I just feel like you both were so driven in your passions, in your career, in your life, in who you are, that caused a lot of conflict, because it wasn't like a, more dominant and then a more of a submissive type of personality. You both were incredibly dominant personalities, okay? So let's look at your soul paths for last lifetime. All right, so the masculine is coming out as love lessons, and the feminine is coming out as ego hold. Wow. Okay, Sagittarius. So masculine was a bit of a playboy, okay? And I feel like that has a lot to do with the fact of his, like, status, his power, his prestige, his money, the family he's born into, okay? Like, he's a playboy, but partly with that is with love lessons. Last lifetime, he was learning a lot about romantic love, and he gained a lot of emotional and spiritual growth through all of those experiences, and I don't think there was anybody he loved more than this feminine. But it's like he couldn't, the way other women would like fall to his feet and put up with this crap, this feminine was like, who are you trying to play? You know, because she has ego hold. So this feminine last lifetime, her pride, her ego was strong. She is very, very stubborn. You cross her, even if like you are her soul, okay, you cross her, that's it. Like, I don't need you. Very independent woman over here. And so I feel like what this barrier is this masculine screwed up and tried to play her the way he played everybody else, but she saw right through it, wouldn't stand for it, and really was willing to cut him out of her life, despite the fact that I don't feel that she ever loved and connected to another man more. But it's like a playboy, she couldn't deal with that emotionally. All right, so let's pull some past life cards and see, you know, what comes out there. All right, so we have medicine man or woman. Could have been a doctor. We have Atlantis. And we have Asia. Okay, so listen. I definitely feel like maybe one or both of you were a doctor, okay? Just with the medicine man, medicine woman coming out right there. Because again, I'm feeling like a very talented, a lot of power, money, things along those lines. Also, with Asia here, one of you could have been of, you know, Asian descent in your last incarnation, all right? Or both of you could have, and, you know, lived somewhere in, you know, Asia, you know, a different Asian country, like, you know, maybe Japan, China. I'm trying to think of all of them, like Korea. I know there's so many more. Please forgive me. It is vast. Thai, you know, there's just Vietnam. Like, there's so many countries, you know, that you guys could have originated from or lived in last lifetime. But I do feel like your ethnicity was that of Asian descent. And I really feel that goes both ways, to be honest with you. And I just feel, you know, you both were very driven and focused on your careers. Could have been doctor, all right, with that medicine man, medicine woman there. But it's just like playboy over here, and feminine is like, I'm not putting up with that. And with Atlantis here, to me, this says that you and this twin flame have had many incarnations on the earth plane. There's other planes in which we can incarnate and exist, but for the two of you, a big focus has been on the earth plane in your journey here. And you know, it goes way, way back. You both are very wise souls, okay? So in this lifetime, you guys might have that strong personality clash again, because, you know, you're not these wise, powerful beings in last lifetime, and suddenly that just goes away. Like, no, you both are very powerful, wise beings with spiritual talent, and maybe even like different rites of passage. There's maybe some magic about you two, even into this life. There definitely was in last lifetime. So let's pull some cards to look at, you know, what your past life journey was like, your past life twin flame journey. All right, so we have a twin flame recognition. We have a soul consciousness. We have eternally yours. Spiritually gifted. And lastly, enchanting kiss. Okay. So, man, listen, I feel, look at what would be next out, independence. I feel that that's relevant and quite important. All right, Sagittarius, listen, you too, I really feel like you never connected with with anybody else more than you connected with each other past life. However, again, it's like there's this barrier because this masculine, I feel, even though he could tell this feminine, you're the love of my life, like you're the only one I ever want to really be with till the end of my days, he's still like in other females' beds. All right, like it's almost as though this was the love of his life and everything else was just, you know, the side dish, the fun, the lessons, the love lessons that he's working on. Okay, and I just feel this feminine really pulled back from this masculine because of his behavior. Like I said, very stubborn, very strong-willed, and like, I don't care if you are the only one I want for the rest of my days. You burned me, you betrayed me, and that's that. Like, so with that lineup, I just feel like you guys never loved anybody else more, never felt connected to anybody else more. And again, spiritually gifted, that's just the confirmation of the magic about each one of you and the wisdom that exists in your souls. It's just this masculine had a lot of love lessons, Sagittarius, unfortunately, to go through last lifetime. So let's just see how you guys kind of ended things and, you know, what comes forth into this lifetime, any unfinished business from this period. All right, so we have very soon, we have growth, and we have the future, the unknown. All right, so listen, what I see here is, and I'm not, you know what, Spirit, I kind of see like the quantum reality of things going on, and I'm like, Spirit, that is way too deep for this reading. Like, this is general reading. Listen, Sagittarius, the way you guys left things is there was still a lot of growth that needed to take place, which obviously pours over into this lifetime. And with the future, this is like where Spirit's not giving up any information. It's like, nope, the future is unknown because it's magical, and you don't want to ruin the element of surprise or growth or, you know, change your mind about anything. So that's showing where you guys left things is, to me, again, that barrier where it's like we weren't together, but we weren't necessarily apart. It's just like you guys were like two stars circling each other, a binary system, okay? It's like you can't get too close. And I feel like that's where things were left off, is like there was still lessons of growth that had to be lived and learned last lifetime, and that comes into this lifetime. So let's look at your life journeys, your life paths this lifetime. All right, for the masculine, we have the Knight of Cups. My gosh, Playboy again. And over here, for the feminine, we have the Page of Pentacles. Very similar energy, focused on career. And again, it's just like, if I almost feel as though this feminine in this lifetime, if she can't make it work and get it right with this masculine, she would rather just focus on her career and, you know, make money and things of that nature, and do her and focus on her. Doesn't mean she won't be with anybody else, but I just don't feel like anybody else in this lifetime will have her heart. But this masculine and, you know, Knight of Cups, I feel that he's coming through as that energy because that's love lessons again. And we saw that here, like he's got more of that to work through. So let's see what the spiritual path is going on this lifetime for both of you. All right, we have Illuminated Mind for masculine, and we have Galactic Family for feminine. So with these coming out, I really feel that the masculine is going to master these love lessons this lifetime, okay? Because we have illuminated mind here. So there's a point in this life journey, this twin flame journey with you, where he's going to come into a deeper level of maturity, okay? With galactic family being the spiritual path for the feminine over there, this feminine, this lifetime, is somebody who is very tapped in to her spirituality, going all the way back to that, you know, Atlantean period. And, you know, maybe at some point in her life, she stops her first career and switches a career into like some sort of spiritual based practice. Along those lines, just with galactic family there, she is very connected and tapped into the higher realms, you know, to pass down loved ones, her spirit guides, star beings. There's just something going on there where I don't feel like that was as relevant to her last lifetime, even though she, you know, she's a wise being. It comes forth much stronger in this lifetime, and I really feel like she either does a side hustle of some sort of spiritual work, or it's her full-time job at some point in this lifetime. Okay, so let's pull some cards to see what the twin flame journey is for you guys this lifetime. Okay, we have action of heart energy. Here is the Knight of Cups once again right here. Spiritually gifted feminine. Yeah, look at that. I mean, we already saw this. So there it is as your confirmation. Next out is the Eight of Ego energy, but here's that stubbornness, all right, that I will cut you off, I will cut you out of my life regardless of the pain and heartache it causes me, because you crossed me, you did me dirty, you did me wrong. Wow, you guys have a very similar experience going on this time. Karmic contract journey. All right, and lastly, we have action of twin flames. So listen, Sagittarius, what I feel here is this twin flame journey. You know, feminine is definitely much more spiritually focused and spiritually based. I feel wakes up to this connection much quicker than the masculine does. But at the same time, she is human too. And I feel because he's coming through as a bit of that player, gamer, uncommitting, flaky type of energy, despite her connection, I will cut you off. I will cut you out. Just because, like, it's like, how dare you? Like, who are you? And, you know, here we have the karmic contract journey and then the action of twin flames. So I feel like one of you or both of you has a serious karmic relationship that's a big importance and significance in this life. Like, both of you do. And from that experience, it's like it pushes you both more into this twin flame energy, where there's this equal desire to grow and improve and reunite in the proper sense. So with the action of twin flame, Sagittarius, you know, if there's separation between these two twin flames, I do feel like you guys find your way back to each other. It's just, man, there's some like pride and ego that needs to be overcome in the feminine, and there's this playboy energy that needs to be overcome in the masculine. But and also you guys have this karmic contract. Like, I feel like you guys marry other people almost, all right? But there's something that I feel like pulls you back at some point in your journey, because action of twin flames, this is like where I'm waking up, I understand, I see, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to get back to my twin flame. All right. And I just see the feminine, you know, doing spiritual work this lifetime, maybe even having a spiritually based practice of some kind. Okay. And I don't know, you have it like the spiritually gifted there. I just don't feel like it was as highlighted for the feminine last lifetime, or the masculine, okay? But once you both this lifetime fulfill your karmic contracts, there's like this awakening that happens, and your joining together is of a much different nature than it was before, like, because this feminine is going to be so well versed in her spirituality, her intuition, her instincts, and all of those things. Like, this masculine could never cheat on her or play with her heart again. Like, she would pick up on it like that before he even had the thought in his mind, you know. She'd feel the inner, what's that about, you know. And I just feel it would be a very different experience. Like, it's almost like these twin flames come back together like later in life. And what I mean by that is like 40s, 50s, 60s, and nobody wants to hear it like that, but I'm sorry, that's just what I see. Like, you guys have a lot of karmic energy that you're working on, and I don't mean that like bad karma that you're being paid back. No, it's like a deep lessons, because you guys are such wise souls, man. You go all the way back to these Atlantean period, and you've been incarnating on the earth plane, and you know, I just feel you're joining as twin flame this lifetime. Like, later in your life is more about spiritual work on both sides, where you both kind of give your heart and soul to spirit, and you vibe very equally in that space, like the crystalline twin flame connection. All right, so those are your messages, Sagittarius. I'm wishing you all the best. Take care.